Hello everyone, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another Duels video. I rebooted my computer. Now the next steps could be to reset my internet, but I only seem to be having connection issues in Duels. There are no other issues, just Duels, and Duels is infamous for its terrible servers. So I'm pretty sure this is just Duels, and I don't have any problems besides that. However, we're going to see if I can get through at least another couple of videos. If within the next hour I am not at Legend 5, I will probably stop. But if I rank down, I will probably also stop. But I do want to record like 2 more videos. So I might do some extras. More extras. I've done a lot of those. And now now here's my problem. Normally, when you don't get to King of Games, that's because you just didn't do well enough. You failed. And it's not usually because of connection failures after connection failures. Connection failures being the only reason you didn't max out your rank is kind of cringe. I mean, I understand I lose a lot, and I already started off this entire thing being like, it's quite possible I will not make it, but I'm still going to try anyway. So, I know I acknowledged that, but I don't need connection failures. I can still try, right? Right? Delete! I'm not saying my opponent doing anything. This is not good. I'm still having problems with the game, even though I rebooted. And again, I only seem to be having issues with Duel Links and nothing else. Although sometimes Gems of War pulls this shit too. It's just not as bad. And you may be surprised because you may be like, what? What's that? Gems of War is a match 3 RPG game. Yes, it's a match 3 RPG game. I may have said RPG 4, but hopefully I actually said RPG, a match 3. Okay, screw this. You can find what Gems of War is on Google. Find the game on Google. Everyone will be criticizing it because its devs are, well, we don't know. I'm pretty sure they're crying. I don't think they actually are, just for the record, but I do think they're very, very tired. Honestly, the fan base, the player base isn't very nice to the team. I am also in a similar position. I'm just like, guys, what the hell are you doing? But at least that game isn't like this game. It's not giving me connection failures, and that's why I failed. Whenever I'm fighting against another player in Gems of War, my loss is never because of a connection failure. Although it can be. It's not impossible. If I was against a player and I suddenly lost my internet connection, that would be a loss. You just insta-lose. You don't resume, that's it, you lost. I don't like this. I do not like this at all. Okay, thank you. I do like to see my opponent do things. Because when I'm having connection issues, I need to know that it's not on my end. And I also don't necessarily want my opponent to have connection issues either, but because that sucks. But I was kind of building up on the karma there. It happens to my opponents a bit more than me. So I was kind of expecting something eventually, just nothing like this. Okay, do you know what I want to do? Well, quite frankly, I just want to make sure I can win. Alright. We know that I like to do a lot of things. And that includes misusing super polymerization. You may be like, why do you keep doing that? Because it's fun. I also put a card back in the deck so I can put it back in my deck. Okay, that sounded awkward. You guys may not know what that means. If I can, and I get lucky, I can put super polymerization back into my deck from the graveyard. I put Transmigration Prophecy back in my deck so I can do that. I can also mess up my opponent if I'm lucky enough, but usually the card isn't that great against my opponent. They would really have to be reliant on their graveyard for that. And that's super situational, even though a lot of effects do activate in the graveyard. It's just, I'm probably not going to get very many wins with that kind of logic. And so I usually want to use Transmigration Prophecy on my own cards. It can be used to annoy my opponent by interrupting their strategy. But that will not be happening here. I do not think this is going well. I mean, respect, but also I still don't want to lose. But it's better to lose properly than for the servers to be like, hello, opponent of Prophecy Empress. You win because Lorena doesn't get good things. Lorena just loses. She's gone. Have the free win. Although that also ignores all the times that I've experienced similar, where I get the free win instead. In fact, I've gotten the free win today. Like, it happens today. Earlier. Probably in recorded footage, and I just don't remember. I have been recording for a while, but I've also been playing the game for a while. So I rebooted the game. I meant my computer. But I also tried it first to just close Steam and reopen it, because I have been playing Duels for a while. So I considered that maybe it would be easier if I closed Steam and reopened it. But that didn't change anything, and neither did rebooting. And I don't seem to have any issues anywhere else again, so that sucks. But I lost. And now, if all things are starting to improve again, I might be able to keep going, but here's the problem here. I already said I'm probably not making it. No! It's that deck. That deck? What am I talking about? Remember when I said that I put a certain card in my deck? This is the archetype that convinced me to do that. I was trying to use super polymerization, and I couldn't do that because my opponent's monster was a fire type, and I had no fire type in my extra deck. Didn't I say I could take out Miracle Fusion? Why is it still there? I can put Kite right in, or something. Anyway, the problem with this deck is it actually does make a lot of use of the graveyard. So a lot of things do activate there. But I want to use super polymerization on one monster. And now I can do that. I'm just glad that the summoning requirements allow this. And I don't know if it's allowed because... Now, I don't know if the monster itself is like, no, you cannot do this. I don't know that information because, well, I didn't have the requirements regardless to actually summon using that monster's material. So I don't know if that monster had restrictions on it preventing me from doing that summon. Because I didn't meet the requirements to summon anything with the fire attribute. What? Excuse me, I did not consent to this. I did not consent. You deserve to. No. And well, what's worse? Losing because of a connection issue or what? Oh, fuck this. I'm still pretty stubborn, you know. If I'm lucky, I might be able to get back to Legend 4. And then I could end up on a lucky streak. I really just had to get lucky for like 9 to 10 games. I don't necessarily have to give up just because I ranked down, do I? Although that is what I said, right? Well, that's because I just seem to be taking forever to rank down or up. And okay, that's not good, but I'm just thinking I didn't really want to give up just because of some frustrations. It's like, it may not be realistic, but who's asking? Who gets to decide this? Konami gets to decide this. But the clock says there's still time. These are called speed duels, not lag duels. I don't know if that joke is funny. I doubt it, but I was going for something there. I'm just not sure what it was. Alright. Let's hope Yamayugi actually, well, this duel should conclude in a good way, not a bad one. Please do something. Don't make me panic. If you're going to make me panic, I want it to be with your cards. Yes, I like when I say I should take something out of my deck and just don't. It's like I don't listen to anything I say. That could be Magic Cylinder. It could also be anything else. You know, what are the chances of that actually being Magic Cylinder? I would say decently high, but probably that isn't it. If it was, I think he would have used it. But now I'm wondering what it is. And why he just didn't summon a monster. I don't think he bricked. Because he can summon his beat stick monster. He can summon the Dark Magician without a tribute. So, I don't think he bricked. It's obvious what kind of deck this was. But he apparently didn't get lucky. He must have had a lot of spells and traps in hand and not really much else. Fair. I mean, that sucks, but still. Guys, give me a second. I think Kyroid is going to help my deck a bit. I know it was in there before, and I know I took it out, but I don't think that I benefit much from having Miracle Fusion in my deck. I would if, you know, there were whatever. I was going to put Kyroid back in my deck. Okay, it's in my deck. I also have room for a second one if I take something else out. I don't know if I should do that. But in all honesty, most people would probably advise that I do. I don't have to listen. Searching for opponent. Matching successful. So how many names have I said recently just to have... Just say... Odeon. I was kind of roasting zone. I wasn't necessarily serious, but sure. You're not that fun to play against. No offense, but I just don't think that's what your deck is. Okay, I know what that card does. I know what that card does. I know what it does. There is no excuse if I lose because of it. By the way, that did happen. And you may be like, what the hell? Why did you lose because of that card when you just said you know what it does? Spite. Okay, but you lost, is what I'm assuming some people would say. Exactly what does that accomplish? Nothing. It accomplishes nothing. And then people are wondering, okay, so you lost for no reason. I was already in a bad position. Okay, what? Okay, well, it does the same thing to you. As we've already seen. Your monster effect activate... Okay. Well, I guess we're equals. I mean, I have Kite-Roid in my hand. Well, that sucks for you, doesn't it? It would be a miracle if I somehow managed to win. You know, to max out my rank at the very last minute. Headcanon, some of Jaden's homework was turned in this way. Headcanon. And then Dr. Crawler just glared at him and sometimes refused to take it. Because how dare he didn't have it turned in 5 minutes ago. It was just 5 minutes late, come on. Oh, right. I stopped doing the raid boss. I'm just like, Mazar, I don't have to pay attention to you. And then the RNG is like, your opponent is Mazar. You don't get to ignore the raid boss. Stop being lazy. Okay, fine. I already do this every single time he shows up. Same with Kite and everyone else, actually. I may not want to duel you, but I will if you show up. I don't have anything against Mazar. I can pretend I do, but I don't. Okay, that says some things to me, Mazar. I don't know if you got unlucky or if I got lucky, but I don't think that I got lucky because this is you. I can use the luck, though. I love luck. Luck and I are a good pair together. I don't think anyone can possibly disagree and have any credibility. Okay. He has something in his hand, probably, and maybe, what does this do? Effective Veiler's effect activates. Okay. Unfortunately for you, I actually have some plans that you're not going to like. And by the way, I do not mind if I piss you off because I like when we're equals. If you piss me off, it's good for me to piss you off. We piss each other off because that's how duelists do things. My opinion. Maybe not the best opinion, but it is. Okay, so do you think that you are safe from me? I can't attack with you, Bill, because you negated their effect. But you can't negate. Well, do you have another one? You know, it could have been possible, but maybe it's a once per turn thing. It looks like Mazar had some bad luck going there. I've never faced such humiliation. You've never felt humiliation like this. And you're how old? Excuse me? Oh my god, well, I can't really deny that, a losing like that definitely probably didn't feel good. I understand, Mazar. But a duel is a duel. I wonder when I'll decide to change active characters. Taking off the armor doesn't count. Putting on the armor doesn't count. You may be wondering as well why I'm still playing the same character after 2 years, going on 3. That is a very interesting question because I know I was complaining about it the first time that I had to do it. And then I never changed active characters after that. So I complained for no reason. I somehow realized I was good at using these monsters and this deck, so I was like, and now I don't want to switch because I found out I'm good at using something. And then I proceeded to use it for a long, long time. And then I switched to evil heroes for a while. And then this skill was released, and I decided I want to switch back now. And that is the story of how I got here. But we do not yet know when I'll be motivated to switch active characters. And Mazar apparently hasn't motivated me yet to do something like this. I did use my gems on his cards. And they were his cards this time. Granted, I went for one of his cards before that box was released. You may be wondering which one I'm talking about. I'm not going to bother trying to pronounce it. I'd prefer not to pronounce it, if we're being honest. I think that I would do a terrible job because I don't even know how is it even spelled? And what is, okay, that's a light type monster. I want to summon this. Yeah, unfortunately for you, I am also you. So I can use your monsters to my benefit because we're basically the same person. I'm just from a later season. That's not really much of a difference, though. Okay, wow, I ranked up. That's amazing. I was not paying attention. Did I actually rank up? I did. Wow. Well, that is a surprise for me. Anyway, guys, that's going to end things for this video. I'm surprised I got this far, but can I go through... I'm surprised I got this far, but can I make it all the way? Let's find out!